Hey everybody, back again, and today we are working on the saber sword. We're actually going to do a basket with that bottom guard piece that was shaped like a B, and we're going to shorten the handle up a little bit on the tang side of things, and then we're going to hop over and finish working the blade. So let's get to it without further ado. So off camera, I went ahead and I cut our guard here into 3 sections. These are going to be spread. This whole thing is going to be shrunk and pulled out to create a basket. So we have the basket reshaped, and we've got that guard set up where we want it. So let's get the blade back in there and work on that some more. Get some of those hammer marks out, get it less rough looking. So as you can see, I've hot fitted the guard on the sword right here to the point where there's a taper that comes in from the tang that transitions into the blade. And right where that taper comes down and the blade's choil begins, this is actually hot forged into position there. So now I'm going to take my angle grinder with just a grinding wheel on it. And I'm going to use this edge of the grinding wheel here that's been worn a little bit. And that fuller that I marked with my guillotine tool, I'm going to turn into an actual fuller.
Three hours later. The next day.
So it's now the next day, and I've gone ahead and ground and gotten everything assembled, got the jute twine handle on there, wrapped up. I do need to harden this still, so I'm going to skip the footage of me grinding since that's going to take the longest time. All I have to do is put an edge on here and polish this, and then that will be done in terms of blade and assembly. All I'm going to have to do is epoxy this, and I'll do some footage of epoxying that together. And then after that, we'll do some cutting testing and have some fun with it. So, gotten the blade all polished. I have put an edge on there, but it isn't sharpened yet. I'm going to sharpen it right before we do our cutting. It does have, like I said, it does have an edge, but it's just not quite sharpened yet. But this is the overall look of how that sword's going to be. Nice, shiny, pretty saber blade. Now we're going to start doing the epoxy. So I'll get that all stirred up and ready, and then I'll do some footage of coating the handle. Then after that's done, I'm going to sharpen it up off camera and we'll have some fun. So in order to harden this jute twine, I'm just going to be using JB Weld Clear Weld epoxy. I use this on a lot of different stuff because it hardens within 5 minutes if you get the 5-minute. And it seals up really well. It's very water resistant and it's got a high tensile strength. So it's actually a really good overall use epoxy. And you just do 50-50 equal parts of each. And I'm not going to need an absolute ton of this stuff, but I am going to need quite a bit to get all this twine soaked through. So you put it in, you mix it. Once it starts to go clear, because it'll go cloudy then clear, that's your signal to go ahead and put it on. So I'm going to get this mixed up. And it's So now we've got all of that jute twine embedded with resin or epoxy, whatever you want to call it. It's going to harden up nice for us. Also darkens the jute twine up to a darker brown. Once that's all done hardening, I'm going to put a final edge on our blade here, and we're going to go have some fun. So I'll be back at you in about an hour.
1 hour later.
So we've got our jute twine all hardened up. I don't know how you're going to be able to see this on the camera. My lighting today is pretty bad. It rained and snowed a lot. But as you can see, that blade is nice and shiny. I did put the final edge on there, so it is also nice and sharp. So now we've got some water bottles, and we're going to cut them up and have a little bit of fun now that this is done being put together and constructed. After this is done, I'm going to oil it, make sure it doesn't rust up, and I'm going to go stick it in storage. And then this and another sword and that halberd I made are going to be going up on my shop pretty soon here. So let's go have some fun. So here we are in our first little bottle. So I've got 4, and they're going to be going up in size each time. I just want to play around with it and see how well it cuts. Mind you, I am not the best at cutting with sabers, so I am probably going to screw this up. Well, I'd say that worked pretty good. Now let's see how it cuts on something that's flatter, like this guy right here. Well, I think I got my edge alignment a little better that time. That was pretty cool. Now we've got ourselves a nice little Pepsi bottle here. Let's see if I can do a inside to outside cut. Now we've got the big boy. So this is going to be interesting. Let's just try a horizontal cut. Well, I screwed that up. Cut most of the way through, but I'm pretty sure that was me. It's pretty much cut in half right there. The blade went all the way through, but I curved up at the end there and screwed that up. Like I said, I'm not the best at cutting with sabers, but let's have a little bit more fun with this before I put her away. So we've got us a little stump here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to whack it into the stump a few times, make sure it's not going to bend or anything goofy on me, and then I'm going to go see if it'll still cut some paper nice and clean, see how well that edge held up. Well, looks like our edge held up just fine. Got a little dirty, but nothing I can't clean off pretty easy. And that is still razor sharp. So, just to show you, still very, very sharp. So, I think that turned out all right. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good jazz. And if you guys want to end up with this in your home as a fun little chopper, costume piece, whatever you want to call it, or just a decorative sword, it'll be on my Etsy page here pretty soon, along with the other two big projects I've been doing recently. After this, I'm going to be returning to doing some knives. So, going to be putting a few more of those on the shop before I do any more big projects like this, because these do take quite some time to finish. Anyway, God bless. Love you guys. Stay safe.